Alright everybody, critique video for the, I'm not really going to be look over the tree photos. I did look over them. I am going to share Ella's just because I think it's very cool because you can really see the progression and growth of her tree. I'm a dummy and I picked the wrong tree that pretty much blooms and is done blooming in like a month, it seems like. But I'm still taking my pictures every day, and I've put all my pictures into a little GIF image in the assignment if you wanted to check them out. So you can kind of see that it's starting to bloom somewhat in the same spot, but now like that last picture, it's like really not blooming anymore. And so kind of I messed up there on my own tree photo, so maybe I'm going to adjust the tree come next week. Also sharing my photos that I took of the fence that surrounds a part of my deck. I got this photo and this one, and I do like this one more. And I may play around with a different attempt at it if I kind of want to go to the beach, but it's supposed to be windy this weekend, so who knows. So do next week at least 4 more tree photos, right? At least 4 more. So that means not less than 4. So at least 4 more. If you have 3, you did not complete the assignment correctly. I cannot stress enough reading these directions and watching this video. Okay? If you read the directions, if you watch the beginning of every video and your critique, you will have no problem. Okay? It's starting to get a little bit mind-blowing when things are still being submitted incorrectly, okay? I understand this is new for everyone. However, it's not that difficult, right? You go into the assignment. Up here, you'll see your work, add or create, file, upload, right? When we've done that process over and over and over again. And then also additional 3 frame photos, which I'm going to be expecting to be your Thomas. You uploaded in the wrong section, and I wrote a message to you, so hopefully you can adjust that. But you will be handing in 3 framed photos, right? So last week you handed in 2. This week you are going to adjust those 2 and take a 3rd. So you're going to have 3 final frame photos, a total of 3. Okay, for a total of 7 photos for the math whizzes out there. 4 plus 3 is 7. All right. Tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be a beautiful day. Great day to get all 3 of those photos done, and then you're done with photography, and you don't have to worry about it for the weekend or the rest of the week. So jumping into the critique, starting off with Austin. Austin, Sapatou over here. So Austin, I love the idea of the poker chips and things like that. The cropping and the angle of this is very strange, simply because it is on a tilt and it makes me want to, when I'm looking at it, I feel like I'm falling over. I think it would be a little bit better, say if these cards were on the table, you had a card on the bottom like this and then the cards like that, and then maybe you stack up the chips, right? So you stack up those chips. Pretend these are chips. However you want to arrange them, stack them up however, and then you take the cards to create that frame and then take a picture looking at the chips through the frame. And you could also add some cards leaning up against the chips, and you could add some dice on top of the chips or around the chips. I think that will be more successful because right now it's just it's a weird frame, okay? So I think that would be more successful if you were to stack the chips up as your subject and then use the card as the frame, or just use a picture frame as the frame. You can still go with the poker theme, but just use something else to create the frame, like you can use pieces of cardboard, you could use books, you can use an actual picture frame. I think that would be a little bit more successful. Going to your second one, Austin. And then this one's just blurred. Oh, never mind. So this one's a little bit more successful, but then all this space, Austin, is just dead space, right? And that's what I keep looking at. I'm not even really, when I look at this picture, I'm kind of sort of looking at this, but this takes up so much space because you could also see it on this side. That's where my eye's drawn to, and you don't really want the viewer to be looking at a wall, right? Unless it's the stupid modern art with a dot in the middle of the canvas, which I hate, unless it's like that, when I'm sure you're not going for that. So that's my suggestion, Austin, is using the chips, and you know, you can use the dice as your subject as well. Just rearrange it. So make the chips back here stacked up nice and tall, right? And some dice down here, and then take it on, and don't have it on an angle, okay? Because it's weird looking at it. I kind of want to like fall over or something if I get dizzy. But that's my suggestion, Austin. And if you need further explanation, just, you know, message me, okay? And I'll do my best to describe to you in the written format. But those are my suggestions, Austin. So, Julia. All right, so Julia, perfect. I love the frame with your hand, nice and simple. I'm assuming it was someone else's hand. It'd be kind of hard to take the picture unless you timed it up, but that's good. I know on your phones you can still crop things, so it wouldn't hurt to crop this out, right? Have it go from here to here to here, but maybe even over some more. All right, so you don't see, all that you see is some of the hand and then the image. But it's very successful because the foreground's nice and blurry. Again, what is that? Depth of field. Foreground's nice and blurry. Background is in focus. Beautiful. And if we were lucky enough to have Photoshop, you could even cut her out and then blur this background so she's the only one in focus. But this is very good, Julia. Creative. I like it. Nice smiling subject too, so that's good. But try to crop it. Try to crop things with your, you know, camera functions. There's, you know, the phones and Androids. Any phone really has all these functions. I'm looking at my phone right now. I can make color adjustments, you know, some basic stuff. You press edit on the iPhone, you can crop. I mean, there's loads of things. So you can still be cropping your images after you take them, which you should be doing. That's my suggestion for that one, Julia. This one's good. I would back it up a little bit. Back it up, because right now this, and also this bar, if you have a different frame without this bar, maybe you could push that frame in so you don't see it, because that's kind of interrupting the whole image. Or just use a different frame. But this is good. Careful with cropping in the frames, right? This little tiny piece of the flower cut off, and this is so very close to the frame. You want still successful cropping. So whatever is inside the frame, you should have nice space around it, so it's not super tight to the edge or just a little bit cut off. So you'd want to move the whole frame this away, so this leaf goes right here and you could actually see that one, or just take a step back, right? Hold it back a little bit. Also think about your backgrounds, Julia, right? This background's a little bit busy. It's a little bit busy, so it's taking away from this beautiful flower. It's taking away from your main subject. So think about, you know, that minimalism project that we did. Think about how you can make the background a little more minimalistic so your main subject is very clear, right? It's just a little bit too busy back here. So my two suggestions for this one: try to do something else with the background. Go against the wall. You could even try laying the flower down in the grass or laying it on the table. It looks like it's sitting in water, so that might be hard to do. But simplifying that background and being cognizant of the framing, okay? Just like framing in images, you don't want to cut teeny tiny bits out, and you don't want it to be super close to the edge of the frame. This is the literal frame, so it is just adjusting that as well. Either taking a step back or moving to the left a little bit, moving to this way a little bit to fix the cropping. And then for your third image, it's really do whatever you want, and just be aware of the last two things that I've talked about. Was cropping, backgrounds, and basically cropping was for the first image too, but you do that cropping on your phone. Okay, this cropping for this picture would be just arranging that frame in a better position. Okay, And shout out to Julia for winning. Not winning, but coming in third place, I believe, right? The sunset came in third place. Very good, Julia. Thank you for sending me that photo, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ella. All right, Ella. I wrote about this. Same thing. Cropping, right? Beautiful picture, and I love that we could kind of. There's nice depth of field in here, right? There's this in the foreground, middle ground, background. So that really does, if we crop it, and I'll do it for you. Let's see. Let's go. Let's do 6, 4. Cropping it. Oh, looks like I got the dimensions off. So let's go by 5. Oh, minus my erase marks, but that looks like an actual picture that's framed for the most part. But good, I like it. Maybe try to get your finger hidden so it's not inside the image. So just place it behind here. It might be a little tricky. And you could also get someone else to hold it for you too, if you got a brother or sister, mom and dad, anybody that is around, that is available. I know social distancing really stinks, but if you have someone that can help you out, that's my suggestion for that one, Ella. Just keep going back to Austin. One more Ella. Get rid of this for Austin. Ella. And this was a good one too. Same thing with the fingers. All right. A little close right here, so just be aware of that. And you got all this room to work with up here, so utilize that. Adjust the positioning of the frame and watch your fingers. Okay? Other than that, Ella, you are on the right track. Looking forward to see your photos. Next up, Gianna. Gianna, you sent me a PDF. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to open that PDF, Gianna. I thought it was going to open up better in Photoshop. It did not. So where are Gianna? PDF. So just give it a second. Oh, who's that ugly guy? Oh, God, what's going on? All right, here we go. So I love the cropping, right? But again, I would also... I think it would be kind of cool to see the whole... No, I like this one. I like it. So if you're going to cut off the butterfly here, try to... It just looks weird with this space around here. Let's see what the other photos... See, like this is better because it's closer. And I know that it's a cool little butterfly thingamajig. I'm not really sure what is it, if that's a picture frame. Cool. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it, closer to the frame, that I like better. And I also really like this blurry foreground, and then that middle ground background's nice and clear, as opposed to this. It kind of looks like this is just in the way of the shot. Okay, it's just something different. So retake this photo, but just zoom in a little bit closer. And same thing with this. Let's like make the top, so top's up here, sides here. All right, so it's like this. So there's more blurry foreground than clear foreground, and I think that will put you on the right track, Gianna. If you have any questions, let me know. You already have 3, so you can pretty much just retake these 3 if you'd like, but try to hold that camera closer to the framing object as you did in this one right here. Okay, this is your most successful one. This one I think has the most potential to be the most successful because this is a beautiful flower. I love the colors in it. It's like a natural gradient, but use the cropping style that you had in this one on this photo and this photo. All right, Gianna? Back into, you don't need to see my ugly mug. Liz. Does it look like I forgot to open up your second one? Good, and I like the tilt of the frame. I do like the tilt of the frame. Also, same thing I said to past students. Try cropping it on your phone. It's totally fine if you crop out some pieces of the frame. That way we're more focused on what's inside of the frame and there's not as many distractions outside of the frame. So something like that, okay? I probably need to crop a little bit better. It's a little too tight right here. So you know what? Take the picture straight on, Liz. Take the picture straight on. Don't tilt it. Take it straight on. Then after you crop it, you could tilt it a little bit. I'm very sure you can do that on your phone. Let me just run a test run real quick on my phone. Let's see. Let's highlight. We want to crop. Cropping. Yeah, so you could change the angles of the cropping on your phones. And I have the iPhone 8, so I know that later iPhones could definitely adjust the the angle of the photo. So that would be my suggestion, Liz. With that one, I'm just going to bring up your first one quick. Liz 2. Oh my goodness, Liz. I only saved one. Oh, Liz 1. Ah, that one's hiding. Same thing here. And it's okay. I'm wondering if it was to go like this and then right like that. I'm wondering how that would look if it was cropped like that. But I think, same thing. I think, again, if you were to take it straight on and not tilt it, and then after you're done taking the picture, Liz, go into your phone, go to crop, and you could change the angle on your phone. I would do that. I think it would be easier, and especially to kind of get out your hand, and just the cropping of the actual frame will be a little bit better as well. And you can do a nice crop on one edge and nice crop on the other edge and see the other two. I think that would be successful as well. And see if you got any other things to take pictures of than this dreary dandelion. But overall, Liz, good job. I really don't have any complaints. Just have some suggestions and take them or leave them. But the animal one's good too. So excited to see what else you come up with, Liz. But that is it, everybody, for the critique video. Please remember, at least 4 more tree photos and 3 final. This is the final round of frame photos, and we're moving on to something else. 3 final framed photos. I will talk to everybody soon.